Hi Larry, it's Eric. I wanted to shoot a video response. I don't do a lot of video responses, but your video in particular, I wanted to um, talk about something. And it wasn't about the suicide and depression, actually. It was more about something you mentioned toward the end of your video about the young woman who sent you a letter. Uh, Stating that she had been suicidal and you'd helped see her through it and you didn't even know. She had just watched one of your videos and it made her laugh and things sort of improved from there. There is a power, and I don't know that everybody, everybody on YouTube in one way or another is an entertainer, and there's a power in that, and I don't think everybody addresses that. You may not know, and somebody might be having the worst day, and they tune into your video by mistake, and suddenly you are the reason that they were able to sleep that night. You're the reason they're able to get out of bed, just because of something you didn't even know you did. And I don't know that everybody on YouTube thinks of themselves as an entertainer in that way. And I want to relay a story about this. And this happened early on in my performing career. It was about 16 years ago. And I had just joined a comedy group, and we were doing a lot of shows, and we were doing a scene in which I played sort of a stereotyped gay man, sort of the flaming Will and Grace style, Jack on Will and Grace gay character. He wasn't the butt of the joke. He was actually an incidental character in a much larger scene, but I kept trying to play it really noble. I kept trying to be, there's no reason he has to have a lisp and all these things, and I was really trying to play it very noble. And the guy running the show, he said, I know what you're doing, but he said, it's just funny the way you do it the other way. So I finally relented, and I decided I'll play the character as written, which is sort of this flaming gay character. And I was really concerned because I had a friend of mine who had come out of the closet later in life. She was a woman. She was much older than me. I was in my early to mid 20s at this point, and she had excuse me, she had come out only a couple years before in her mid to late 40s. So she was part of a therapy group for people who had come out of the closet later in life. And they were coming to the show, and that was part of my anxiety about playing this character this way, which was funny. And believe me when I say, when we did this, audiences loved it. But I was really concerned mostly about, this gay therapy group that was coming to see the show. So the night comes, and my friend brings all of her therapy folks to the therapy folks, whatever, her group to the show. And I do the character, and as usual, the audience all laughs. They think it's very funny, and they seem to enjoy it. She said, no, don't worry, they thought it was funny and everything else. About 2 weeks later, I got a call from her wanting me to relay this story to the comedy group, saying that one of the men who was there that night had AIDS, was dying of AIDS, the night he came to the show. And he had died the night. 2 weeks later, she was calling me, and she said he knew when he was at the show that he was dying, that there was nothing, it was now, we're just waiting it out. And she said, I wanted you to know that for 2 hours, you made a dying man. You and your group made a dying man laugh and forget that he was dying. And she just wanted me to relay that to the group. And whenever anybody asks me why I love entertaining, there's a lot of reasons. Ego boost, I enjoy the laughs, I'm driven to be creative, but that's always high on my list because that showed me the power of what I do. Even though something you do you may think it's a throwaway, you may just think it's I just put up another video. As entertainers, you have the potential to change a life in some way that you never expected. And I wanted to relay that story because that part of it touched me because That part of your whole video touched me, but that part of it stuck out to me because there's a power that we have as entertainers. And I'm really glad you made your video. I'm really enjoying your challenges of life videos because it's I mean I've seen the goofy side of you, but I, you know, as a goofy person myself, I know there's something else back there. Anyway, so thank you very much, Larry, and I just wanted to relay my story for 5.5 minutes. Thanks.